Before I start, I want to acknowledge one thing, man. We lost a coaching stalwart, John Beam, longtime head coach at Laney Community College. I've known Coach Beam for a really long time. When I was at the University of San Diego is when I first met him, coaching out in California. He was tragically killed this past week to a violent crime with a gun. And I'm not political and all that stuff, but it's sad. We lost the coaching profession. Lost a tremendous man who gave back to so many lives. I mean, I've visited Laney Community College with Coach Beam and spent quality time with him. He made a difference on my life, and saddened to hear the news this week of what happened. So I wanted to start with that because life's precious, man. Great win, homecoming win, awesome crowd. Environment was fantastic. Very grateful for the support. Really thrilled that our guys stayed focused on the task at hand. There's been a lot of distraction in regards to, I've had people ask me about tiebreakers for conference and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I just win a freaking game, and so I think if you worry about what's could be way out in front, you get lost about what's right in front. And I'm just very grateful for our guys' focus and attention to be present, be in the moment. We did some things poor tonight. We got thin in the secondary, when Slim went out with the targeting. And I'm not here to argue any of that. It may have been a good call back. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But and then we got some bumps and bruises, and we started I'm looking up. I'm like, all right, who's going to go in next? Who we have left to go put in? And a lot of guys stepped up, played a little bit more than they have. That's a challenging offense. We knew the turnover margin was going to be critical. They were minus 12 in turnovers coming into the year. And we were +3 tonight, I believe. If you count fourth downs, you can add another 2 to that stat. So anytime you do that, that's huge. Proud of our guys finding a way to get a win. That quarterback's a really good player. He's got one more year of eligibility left. I would like for him to leave. So with that, we'll open it up.
You mentioned your defense. They came up with 4 turnovers, 2 fourth down stops, even with one of your captains going out for targeting. Just how proud of you of that unit are you, and what impressed you maybe the most about what they were able to do?
Yeah, we bent at times tonight. I didn't like maybe how we finished some plays. Found a way to rise up and get some stops. The interception early in the game in the end zone towards the student section was a big play. The goal line stop before the half was big. Chris Rogers, I think, made a big play right there. Mekhi Williams had a big fourth down stop. It's cool to see a guy like Mekhi Williams step up. He came here as a freshman, played on special teams the year before I got here only. Really was primarily a special teams player last year as a true sophomore. Later in the year, got a little bit more time on defense than the last few weeks in Sam's absence. He's played significantly more snaps. It's been fun to see his growth and development. Our depth is being tested right now. We're getting thin in some spots. We probably got to be smart with how we practice this week because you got to be ready to go play the game. And but proud of you guys finding a way, holding that offense. The most important statistic is scoring defense, not everybody wants to talk about total defense. How many points they score? That's what really matters. And to hold that outfit to 24 points is pretty impressive. There's still a lot of things we have to work on and improve and clean up, but proud of I thought we could have been better on third downs. We weren't great on third down tonight defensively.
And it seemed like there was a lot of times when you needed a big throw, maybe on third down or a run, and Jake came up with it. Can you just speak to his performance tonight and how big he was?
Yeah, he's gritty, man. He's tough. He got injured last week and only missed 2 plays. And it wasn't just a little boo-boo injury, something significant enough that some guys might not have returned. He's a gritty guy, man. He's competitive. He's got a little moxie about him, a little chip on his shoulder. He's a competitive dude. I'm proud of his effort. I'm glad he's on our football team. He's a great teammate. I love that quarterback room. Sully's great, man. That whole room, they're fun to be around. They're fun to spend time with. And it's been fun watching Jake, grow in his role here during his time.
So you had 4th and 1 in your own territory with a 2-score lead. Didn't hesitate to go for it. Went with the tight end tush-push play. But as much as the defense had been on the field, was that a pretty easy decision for you at that point?
Yeah, we use the analytics stuff. I don't always go by it. There was one point tonight went on the headset. They said, "Coach, at 4th and 9, it'll be a go." I'm like, "We're not going to go for it on 4th and 9." like that's kind of crazy. I'm not that much into the analytics, but 4th and 1. If we can't get 1 yard, we don't deserve to win a daggum game. You know what I mean? Like, get a yard, 1 American yard, right? And so, it ain't hard. Get a yard, and yeah. Well, that's what we say in our offensive meetings. We say, guys, all we have to do in this situation is get 1 American yard, because nobody else uses yards. It's like just us. So, so you have to calculate risks. But if it's 4th and 1 and we can't get a yard, golly, we shouldn't win a football game anyways.
And then Jamari McClure got his biggest run of the season and kind of had a really good game. What did you see? I mean, you could see it leading up to this, but what did you see this week that made you feel like you could use him as much as you did?
Jamari is a young player. And I said this in the radio deal a minute ago. He only played 2 years of high school football. Yeah. All right. He was a track athlete, really good track athlete. What'd you run in the 100 in 10.4? All right. I was getting too much speed. 10.6. So he's a track guy. But he's a 10.600 guy. He's 190 something pounds. Yeah, but so he's 198 pounds. But no, I'm just kidding. But so he's a big athletic dude. He's a good kid. He's a young player in his developmental timeline. We all want these guys as freshmen and sophomores to go be the starter. It's like everybody has a different growth timeline, and he's flashed. Last year at UAB, flashed. You're like, man, I like this young guy on our team. But he's working on consistency. He's showing up every day. I think the one thing I'm most proud of Jamari, he was a little beat up this week. He was limited Wednesday's practice. I'm not going to say the injury. Don't tell him the injury. I don't want anybody to know what it is. But he was a little bit had to be limited with his reps, and so. For him to fight through it, show up to rehab, perform the way he did today, he's taking steps forward. 10 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Mm-hmm. We're privileged to have another Tulane great running back here tonight, Matt Forte. So I introduced Matt to the locker room, which was fun, and then I said he's trying to maybe become Matt Forte one day. We'll see, but he got a long way to go.
You mentioned those distractions as y'all keep winning and teams around you maybe start to lose. Is it something that you have to address with your team? Like, hey, you got to stay focused. I mean, or is it something? I know you're big on the rat poison. Is it something you just kind of let be?
Well, I've at times in the past shown our team like, hey, here's the conference standings. We're in control of our own destiny or whatever. And I've almost gotten away from that with this team. I'm like, hey, we have a game this week. Let's win the game. How about that? And then whatever happens, happens. I can live with it. But let's focus on getting as prepared as we can to play the best that we can and go win a game. And this league, I think college football in general, but I think when I look across our league, the parity in our conference right now is very real. Like top to bottom right now, this is a challenging conference. I think there's a lot of teams. Anybody can beat anybody. I mean, they really can. And so we're not good enough to do anything other than just be focused on what's right in front of us and be in the moment and let it all hang out and see where we land up at the end of the regular season.
All good?
Awesome. Roll wave.
Congrats.